Hey, you got there first. Sweet. I'm just sitting on my porch here. You'll have to excuse the terrible camera work. I'm gonna try to not move around so much. Hey, what's up? I'm try to. There was more lightning, but I'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Oh, there we go. I don't have a very large porch, so it's kind of getting a little bit wet. But the neighbor's lights are still really irritating. If you guys were here last time I did this. I'm not sure why you can't see Canadian alerts on Radar Omega. Maybe they don't have a feed for Canadian alerts. That's my guess, but I don't know for sure. I would go to the Radar Omega group on Facebook and ask the question. They're usually pretty good about answering there. Rain's starting to come down a little harder. Kind of wish this was at daytime, but then we wouldn't see the lightning. Maybe give me a little stand for my phone camera. And my guess is that they just don't have a feed for it, or something along those lines. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. But it's been kind of quiet lately. I mean, there's been severe weather and tornadoes. Wyoming and the northern states, I can't make it out there. Maybe in the future I'll be able to start making it out there during the summer, but that's just not in the cards at the moment. Hoping to do a podcast. My goal is to try to get it started before the end of July. But it's one of those, trying to gather some topics together, trying to get everything ready to do. It's just going to be me and my friend basically running our jobs, but I know some of y'all were interested in watching that, so that's something that we're going to try to get started. But been busy at home, and work's been kind of taking up more of my time, and just kind of relaxing after a grinding storm chasing season. But let's see. Hopefully this little storm gets us some good rain, and we're already getting some. Hey, Tex West, Weather West. I'm up in Wichita Falls. I guess I probably could have put that on the title. I don't think I can edit it after the fact. But yeah, Wichita Falls, for those of you who are curious. I don't think I can chat. It won't let me type. Oh, well. I'm trying to see if I can type in here, but it's not. No, it won't let me type. But the focus is getting all jacked up. There we go. I wish y'all could see the rain. It's just kind of not doing very well. This camera's not my other camera, obviously. But trying to get it set up here with a laptop would be kind of a pain. I have to bring everything out here, set the tripod up. I guess I could have done that, but... Ah, your hometown. Sweet. Nice. I like it up here. I haven't lived up here for long. I've only been up here since October. Moved up here for the storms, and it hasn't disappointed. And there's the Escape and the F-150. That's what I usually, well, the F-150 is what I usually chase in. Am I going to go cruise Kell Boulevard? No, probably not. But anyway, enough about the vehicles. I don't, I'm actually outside of Wichita Falls. I just don't like to reveal my specific area. But I'm not too far from there, we'll just say. I try not to go into Wichita Falls too often unless I have to. Like to get my oil changed or go to Walmart or something, then I'll go into Wichita Falls. But I typically avoid going there. Just I like it out here in small town USA. But man, I wish we could get some good severe storms. That'd be cool. But there were some earlier further west, but they've kind of decreased in strength as they've moved towards us here. I'm just kind of relaxing. Not as much lightning as there was. Kind of wish there was more, but what can you do? I heard somebody honk their little horn. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna probably turn off this little live stream. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. It's been a little while since we did one of these, about a week or maybe a little more than a week. Hopefully we can start doing weekly stuff, but keep an eye out for that. And well, we're gonna sign off now. Appreciate you guys coming on here. I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy the rain for a little bit, and then hopefully everybody has a good night. Ooh, that was some nice lightning. But anyways, y'all have a ooh, we'll get some thunder. Are we actually gonna get some action now that I decided I wanted to turn it off? Now it starts getting more lightning, of course. Well, I guess I'll stay on a little bit longer. Got a little bit of thunder. It's kind of dark. Need some action. Need some action in my life. Oh my gosh. It's kind of just raining now. Get some water pouring off my roof. I really need to get some gutters. But that's a future home improvement that I'll do. Probably not until next year. But man, good to see you guys on here and have a little chat and hang out. Any of y'all got questions? Anybody want to know anything? Getting some more lightning now. But now we're starting to get more people on. Thanks everybody for joining. We got a little bit more lightning now than we were just a few minutes ago. You know, these storms kind of evolve over time, and I don't know. I can't look at the radar. I wish I had. I need to charge my iPad. I haven't used it in a while. It's still sitting in the truck. I can use the iPad to look at the radar. But oh man, what a summer. The severe weather season's pushed into June and almost into July now. It's been a very weird year. El Nino is doing some strange things to our weather. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, Commander. Um, I will definitely have to end up doing that. Whoever had this house, I mean, this house was built in the '60s, so it's been renovated, but it's it doesn't have any gutters at all. Um, it's a nice house. It's not too big, it's not too small. And, one of the things I've been trying to contemplate, and maybe a few of you guys that are on here can maybe help answer my question. I think I may have posted this or asked this before. Hey, no problem. But one of the things that is kind of a challenge with storm chasing content is, well, if there's no weather, there's no way to make the storm chasing content. Or if the weather's too far away, for example, if it's in Canada, like it's about to be, I can't go to Canada, I don't have a passport. And even if I did, it would be prohibitively costly to drive to Canada. Just like it is to drive to, say, Wyoming or North Dakota or South Dakota even. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what kinds of other things I can do on the channel other than a podcast, of course, that maybe would be interesting. I mean, I can put whatever I want on the channel, obviously, but I don't want to bore you guys with content that doesn't have anything to do with storm chasing. I was thinking of maybe going to little towns. I mean, I could create another channel, but I don't really want to do that. Ooh, yeah, getting some good lightning now. But I was thinking of maybe going to some small towns and I don't know about just maybe recording it or live streaming it and kind of exploring a little bit. The only way to really keep it storm chasing or weather related is to do towns in Tornado Alley, but most towns in Tornado Alley have never been impacted by tornadoes, and like maybe I could go to Greensburg. Partnering with other storm chasers requires a lot of trust for them to go out and chase and do the live stream. A lot of storm chasers kind of do their own thing. So trying to partner with other storm chasers to try to get them to stream on my channel, it would be a challenge, number one, because I don't have anything to offer them. This channel doesn't make a lot of income right now because I've only got a few thousand subscribers. So I can't really offer them anything at all, honestly. So there's not really incentive for them to come and chase with me. I mean, I have a couple friends who chase. I can't even get them to stream for me. Not that, I would ask them to begin with, but I don't know. I mean, it's an idea. It's not a bad idea. It's just one I don't know if it's possible or not. I mean, it'd be cool, but I don't have those kind of resources. Looks like it's a little windier. I'm seeing the rain kind of blow across the road over here. I don't know if y'all can see that. And now the wind just picked. Do I have a hobby to show off? I mean, storm chasing is my primary hobby. It's my primary passion in life. In terms of what else could I do, I kind of wanted to go do some off-roading stuff, but that I don't know how interesting that would be. Exploring towns, especially there are a lot of old Western style towns out here in Northwest and West Texas that I could go and visit. And then there are towns in Oklahoma, for example, that I could go and visit. Things like that. I mean, I could go do that. Of course, I gotta wait for a little while anyway, because storm chasing kind of. Well, yeah. I'm not in a position to go real far right now. But that's I mean, those are some things that I could do as far as other hobbies. I mean, man, I don't know. The off-roading is fun, like I said, but what else could I do? And I want to do it on this channel. I don't. The primary reason is one, to provide y'all with content, and two, to keep growing the channel, because I don't want it to become dormant whenever there's no weather. Which is one reason for probably doing a podcast, and I can do that every week, and that would probably be enough. But I don't know how well that's gonna do, so I'm thinking of other ideas for maybe during a weekend, and I'm kind of bored and I want to do something, and maybe throw the camera in the car and film it or something. But I don't know. I appreciate you guys' input. I'm just loving this weather. I haven't even been paying attention to the weather. I've been so caught up with work. I'm interesting and entertaining. Well, I appreciate that. You know what's funny is I actually cooked some mashed potatoes tonight and had some for like a snack. I got some of those instant potatoes. I have a few packages of them. And I was like, you know what, I'm kind of craving some potatoes, and so I actually made some potatoes tonight. I didn't film it though. Maybe I should have. The Thunder Chasers cooking channel. Oh my goodness. That's pretty wild. One of the other things I've thought about is Thunder Chasers is an appropriate name for the channel. I mean, if I'm chasing storms, yeah, that's the inappropriate name. But if I start throwing other kinds of stuff on here, do I need to modify it a little bit? Maybe throw in adventures at the end or something. I don't know. But I don't know, just some things I'm thinking about, because I want to continue making YouTube content, obviously. But during July, August, probably all the way to September, maybe even October, I don't know how much weather we're going to get. So we might get a lot, or we might get almost none. So, but the podcast, that's something I'm definitely working towards. Like I said, I want to try to get it done before the end of July. I may get it. We may start it sometime in July, but I want to have it. I want to have it going before August. My birthday's in August, and I'd kind of like to have it active before then. And then I've got to fix. I've actually got to fix the windshield in both my vehicles. It's completely random, but I was just thinking about it. Both my Escape here and my F-150 have busted windshields, so I've got to replace 2 windshields. I'm gonna see if I can find a mom and pop shop here in Wichita Falls that'll do it for cheaper than Safelite will. Safelite does a really great job. I used to work for them a long time ago, so I know their processes and I know how good their training is. But they're just so darn expensive. I mean, I'd do it myself if I had the necessary equipment, but I don't. Anyways, enough about fixing windshields. And then, it's funny, those didn't even get busted by hail, which is kind of ironic. They got busted by rocks. So that kind of sucked. I would rather have been busted by hail. I could have at least filmed it and posted it and maybe had a video go viral or something. That would have been cool. And these clouds look really cool. I don't know if y'all can see the clouds kind of zooming by there a little bit. But yeah, I know. I'll see if what I can come up with in terms of content. I mean, do you guys prefer it to be live? I've posted static videos that are not live, like long form content, anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes long, and those videos just don't seem to do well on this channel. Live videos seem to do better. So maybe some live content. But we'll see. Drive through some of these little towns and do a live stream with it. That'd be pretty interesting. I'll have to gather some facts about the town or whatever, and drive through. I know there's a couple of other channels out there that do that. They go out and travel to different towns across the country, and they film it beforehand. Though they don't live stream it. But maybe I could live stream it. It would be hard to get out of the vehicle and go and explore while I'm live streaming unless I just do everything with my phone. Which, if I try to put the phone on the dash, it becomes real bouncy. So I'd rather have my windshield mount camera, but I can't take it out of the vehicle whenever I do that because it's connected to a laptop with a cord. So I wouldn't be able to like get out and walk around. But I don't know, maybe that's something I'll do. And see how many people enjoy it. I'll have to create a thumbnail that's kind of catchy to get people to watch, but I don't know. Who knows? This channel can turn into something else for all we know. I just appreciate you guys sitting here and listening to me ramble. Now I need to cut my grass. Have the guy come out and come cut it next week. But anyways, not as ooh, hey, look at that. Hey, Commander, I really appreciate that super chat. That's very kind of you. That'll go towards I'll go towards those windshields for sure. And yeah, that's very kind of you. You have no idea how much that's appreciated. I'm just out here kind of doing my thing, and y'all are great. But man, yeah, I don't know. Can I show? Let me see if there's enough light. If I can show y'all the windshield here. Hold on. So there's my busted windshield. Of course, I got junk in my car, but it's kind of gone all the way across the glass now. And then the F-150, it's busted on the driver's side. Let me go around the driver's side real quick. I haven't really given everybody a tour of my vehicles. I tried to do it. Can you see that through there, or am I going to have to go on the outside? I don't know if this is visible. There, you can kind of see it right there. That crack goes all the way up. But in case you guys have, I wish I could. Maybe I should do one of these during the daytime and just show you all the vehicles. But I have to clean them up first. I don't want you all to see the disaster that happens during the storm chasing season. You guys can kind of see it there a little bit. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of the rain here. This is my daily driver, the Escape. Although I did use it this year to chase a little bit because it's cheaper to drive. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun to chase in that, although it's not as stable, and it needs, like I said, it needs a new windshield now. So, but man, what a day. So those are my vehicles. The F-150, it's got here. I'll see if I can. I wish this was daytime, and I wish I had like lights on the outside. So it's kind of dark, but yeah, I kind of try to use both vehicles to chase. Sometimes it depends. Like the F-150, I bought it specifically for chasing, but at the time I bought it, it was my only vehicle. So that right there is the ugly ass antenna for the cell phone router, or for the cell router. So that gives us the best signal I can possibly get. There is a better antenna that I want to upgrade to that doesn't look as ugly either. Of course, I've removed the antenna off for the AM/FM radio. It doesn't even work. I got the light bar. I don't really use the light bar very much. But yep, this is. I can't zoom. Can I zoom out? I can't zoom out. But it's got a toolbox on there and just a 4-wheel drive. And that's my truck. That's my baby. And then of course this is my. This used to be my mom's car, the Escape here, but I bought it from her, so it's only had 2 owners, me and her. So it has some sentimental value. I'll probably never get rid of either one of them. Although, realistically speaking, if something happens and it breaks down or something, I mean, I can't just leave it sitting in my driveway. I guess I could, but the F-150, that one's got 250,000 miles on it, in case y'all were curious. And then the Escape has 160, maybe 170,000. I can't remember, but the F-150 is in excellent condition for having 250 something thousand miles. It's a lot of those are storm chasing miles, but not all of them. Like I said, it used to be my daily driver, and I had an hour drive to work every day. Of course, I work from home now, but yeah, that's my baby over there, that F-150. Love that truck. It's gotten me out of some tough situations, and it's been good to me. I've only had a few issues with it, and they're all regular maintenance related, like wheel hubs, brakes, things of that nature. It's got all brand new. When I bought it, I put all brand new suspension on it, replaced all the shocks. I've replaced some four-wheel drive parts. What else have I done? Like I said, I've replaced both front hubs and wheel bearings. It's had a brake job all the way around, like I said. The engine hasn't had any work, except I did upgrade this, or I mean, I did replace the spark plugs when I got it. And the oil pan had a leak, so I had a new oil pan gasket put on. But other than that, I really haven't done a whole lot of work to that truck. It's never broken down on me. Crossing my fingers, knocking on wood. It's just been real good to me. So I plan on driving it until well beyond 300,000 if I can help it. You know, that's and if it, depending on what breaks whenever something finally happens, I'm gonna keep fixing it until it's not worth it to fix anymore, probably. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens, because you just never know. I've always wanted an F-150. My dad had one. Matter of fact, same year as this one, and I always enjoyed it. I only got to drive it once or twice. But they eventually got rid of it, and then I eventually bought this one. So still got some lightning out here. Over here talking about the truck. How do I navigate work and being able to chase? That is an excellent question. I'm surprised no one else has asked me that. So how do I do that? Well, number one, it's work from home. Number two, it's software development work. So one, I can pretty much do that from anywhere. For example, when we went to New Mexico, I had a couple of work meetings when we weren't live, obviously. From the road. I did one of them from in the car when we were driving out there. You know, if something happens at work, I usually have my laptop with me. Actually, I always have my laptop, but my work stuff I usually don't take with me. But I can get to some stuff if I need to. So that's kind of how I navigate it. But a lot of times, like, I don't take any vacation during the year. So from now until March of next year, I probably won't take any vacation. I've done that for the last 8 or 9 years. Oh my gosh, I don't know if y'all saw that, but that was a huge streak of lightning. I'm going to point the camera to the sky. But yeah, I mean, okay, I'm going to stop talking while the thunder goes. But navigating work, I mean, everyone at work knows that I chase storms, so they're real flexible. As long as the work gets done, they don't care when I take leave. So, you know, if I have to travel pretty far, I'll usually just notify my team and be like, hey, I'm going to take off, and they already know what I'm going to be doing, you know. And so that's kind of how I navigate it. I usually by March, I usually have a few weeks of PTO to use. So that's kind of how I navigate that. Plus, I have a lot of sick leave as well. So I've got lots of options to help navigate work and storm chasing. At some point in the future, I'd like to be able to just chase storms and not have to worry about work. But you know, I'm not quite there yet. At 2,000 subscribers, I'm not quite there. Maybe once I get to 100, maybe 200,000 if I ever get that high, then maybe that becomes a reality. But until then, I'm just going to continue doing what I do. Um, and that's pretty much how that works. Full transparency, I've never done a how much money does this YouTube channel make kind of thing, because we just now got monetized this year. Um, but with the addition of this super chat that you did there, I think I'm up to $140, and that's with all the live streams. That's with all the ads. That's with any of the super chats. That's with the memberships. That's what I'm up to so far for the month of June. It's 140. So, as we keep growing, then that number hopefully will keep going up, especially once we get the podcast going. And, I don't know how long the podcast episodes will be, but, that's kind of where we're at. That's all the money that this channel makes. But, I'm happy with it. I'm not complaining. I just, at 2,000 subscribers, it's kind of low right now. I'm hoping at one point in the future, I want to be able to have enough money from the YouTube content, whether it's ads or whatever, to be able to pay for the internet that it costs. Like internet costs during storm chasing season are anywhere between $50 and $100 a month for internet, because I'm live streaming on mobile, plus fuel and upgrades and maintenance and food, hotels, etc., etc. So it gets pretty pricey. I usually just pay out of pocket for all that, but at some point I'd like to be able to get to a point where the storm chasing itself can pay for itself, essentially. That's my end goal, or at least one of my first goals with YouTube, in terms of making any kind of money from it. But that's just kind of me trying to be as transparent as I can. So anything that you guys give on super chats, your memberships, that ad revenue, all of that's going to go back into storm chasing related stuff. It's going to pay for, probably right now it'll pay for windshields or internet, for whenever I'm doing live streaming, probably later this year. Because when I live stream from home, I just use my home internet. But anyway, that's ooh, look at that lightning. Holy crap, that was relatively close. Yeah, I'm over here rambling about YouTube ad revenue. Just get this giant crack of lightning. That's pretty freaking sweet. But man, that's anyway, just kind of rambling. Probably overshared information there a little bit, but I'm trying to be transparent with you guys that watch the channel regularly. At some point maybe I'll do one of them money videos that people like to do, but I just don't see the point of going through all that, because I just don't make that much right now. Yeah, it's storm chasing for me. I mean, in case you guys are curious, where am I located at? Hey John, I'm in Wichita Falls area, Northwest Texas, basically. Hey No, thanks for your membership. Thanks for saying hi. Man, in case y'all were curious, storm chasing is one of those things I've been doing for like 9 years, and I've always been passionate about weather and storms, and I just kind of realized I could chase them myself after watching Storm Chasers on TV and Discovery Channel. I'm like, hey, that sounds like a lot of fun, but I never thought I could do it. One day I decided, you know what, I should probably just try it, and I did, and I've learned a lot. But it's been fun. I enjoy it. It's one of pretty much my primary hobby. But at some point I'd like for it to become more than that. Definitely trying to stay safe. Hopefully I don't get any closer lightning strikes than the one that just happened. I don't know if you were on here, no, but It was relatively close. It was here in town somewhere, right in front of us. Maybe the water tower. But I don't know. It's been an interesting night. I wasn't even planning on doing any kind of live streaming. I was sitting at my computer playing Farming Simulator, trying to set up a new farm, and I just kid came in and was like, "Hey, there's this giant shelf cloud outside," and I'm like, "Oh, let's go look at it." And so I've been out here watching the weather ever since. I don't even know what time it is, but I'm just glad you guys have joined me here, and YouTube's an interesting place. It really is. I've really enjoyed it. You know, I consume a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of different YouTube channels, mostly not storm chasing related. I don't watch a lot of storm chasing content, interestingly enough. Every now and then I will, but for the most part I don't. I'm just gonna do a little shout out. He doesn't really need it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. There's this guy. If you guys ever watch Diesel Brothers on Discovery Channel, there's a guy that works for the Heavy D Sparks, and his name is Hunter Goodrich. He mainly does automotive content. Wow, that's some pretty good lightning. He mainly does automotive content and just kind of goofing around. But he also does storm chasing. He has a couple of videos on there where he went out and did some storm chasing, and he is absolutely really good at it. He's in Utah, obviously, so because that's where Heavy D's operation is. So if you guys are interested in other kinds of content, Hunter Goodrich, find him on YouTube, give him a subscribe, watch some of his videos. He's got some stuff going on over there. Pretty cool guy. He produces content pretty regularly. So if you guys are curious and like things like diesel trucks and metal fab and things like that, that's another good channel for you guys to maybe watch. So hey Sam. But yeah, so here we are. For those of you who have joined in the last few minutes, we're in Wichita Falls. I'm just sitting on my porch, and we're just kind of enjoying the rain and the thunder and lightning. Been kind of rambling here. Talked about the cars a little bit. Hunter Goodrich, if you're asking who in terms of, or are you asking about Heavy D? They used to do this show called Diesel Brothers on the Discovery Channel. But now they have a YouTube channel that they make regular content. They do like heavy duty recoveries. Like I just watched a video yesterday, or maybe it was early. I think it was yesterday, where he went out to Detroit and bought this hardware store and just kind of took everything that was in it and they transported it back to Utah. But Hunter Goodrich, he's been on that channel for a while, but he also has his own channel and he does some storm chasing content. So if y'all are wanting to watch, I mean, he doesn't do a lot of it, but the stuff that he does do on storm chasing stuff, I mean, this guy is real good. Nice. There's the train. But yeah, it's the train's gonna interrupt us now. That's another thing I guess I could probably do. I really like trains. I could probably do train spotting. I don't know how much people would enjoy that on a storm chasing channel, but what is his name? Hunter Goodrich. Just look up Hunter Goodrich on YouTube, and you'll find his channel. He's got some great content. Great content, in my opinion. Especially his storm chasing stuff, which there's not a lot of it, but he did some tornadoes in Wyoming last week, or maybe it was earlier this week, I can't remember, but he got super close. He got some great footage. He doesn't do live content, but it was pretty cool to watch. And there, I don't know if you guys can hear the train. The horn stopped now, but now you can hear the cars rolling down the tracks. But anyways, wow, I've been doing this for 40 minutes. Holy crap. I've been sitting there holding my phone for the last 40 minutes. I still got some lightning. But at least there's still something to watch, other than just listening to me ramble. But those are for those of you who've joined, those are my vehicles. My storm chasing truck over there, F-150, and then the Escape. But I don't know how many. I wish it would tell me like who's on, like who's watching. But when will I chase tornadoes or hurricanes? Hurricanes. Well, we have to have a hurricane for me to chase it. I don't know that I'm going to do much hurricane chasing, just because A, it costs a lot of money. B, it requires me to be away for more than a day or two. And C, I'd have to. There's some logistical concerns for hurricane chasing. Hold on, I gotta get y'all's chat messages to come back up here. There we go. But as far as tornadoes go, I mean, I want to try to get out and do more of it, but it's moving so far north now that it's out of range for me. A lot of the more recent tornadic weather has been Colorado, which I might be able to get to Colorado, but by the time I'm able to do it, it's probably going to be all pushed up into the Dakotas and into Canada. I can't go to Canada because I don't have a passport. And I can't really afford to drive all the way up into Montana and Wyoming and, you know, some of these other northern plains states to go chase. You know, that's like a once a year kind of thing. I'm in Texas. I'm in Wichita Falls area. You know, so it's a pretty good drive to get up into the northern plains, especially if I take the truck, because that thing costs about 23 cents a mile to drive. So you multiply that times all the miles to get up there and all the miles to come back, plus all the miles of driving around and chasing the actual storms. It becomes prohibitively expensive. So like this year, I've just kind of been chasing in Texas, Oklahoma. I did go to Colorado once, but it was far southern Colorado. A shift in where tornadoes occur. I mean, you know, I don't know. That's a hard question to answer because weather goes in patterns, right? So, or cycles. El Nino is back. You know, we had La Nina for quite a while, for a few years. So it's a little drier. Now we have El Nino, so there's a lot more moisture available. I think that's kind of been one of the reasons why it's been such a weird season. You live outside of Dallas. Yeah, that's pretty good. I go to Dallas area. Well, I did for a while, every now and then. I haven't been down there 2 or 3 weeks now, though. But as far as a shift, I mean, Oklahoma didn't see that many tornadoes this year, so that's kind of unusual. We didn't really get any major. We get the Matador tornado. Oh my goodness! Look at that lightning. You live in Murphy. I'm not sure where Murphy's at. I'm gonna see if I can save highlight here. More Gulf State outbreaks. Yeah, I mean, Dixie Alley tends to be really active, and the tornadoes down there, because there's so much more moisture, tend to be a lot more violent down there. Yeah, that was a pretty good lightning strike. Well, anvil crawler, I guess, but cloud to cloud. But in terms of a shift, I have a feeling that we're going to see a shift next year back to Tornado Alley. I mean, this is just a complete guess on my part, like a hunch. So don't kind of take it with a grain of salt, but I just have that feeling like next year is probably going to be a lot more active for Tornado Alley. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious what the fall season is going to be like. I'm really hoping that it's active so that I can get you guys some good content. Winter, of course, is going to be coming up in December and January, and I'd kind of like to be able to get some snow chasing in. Maybe do some live streamings with some snow, ice, grapple, that sort of thing. Although if you live in the north, it's probably not all that interesting to you because you see it all the time. But I'm trying to figure out different things I can do, and during the summer, it's just kind of a challenge. Except for right now, I got some storms coming through. But in terms of chasing, getting in the vehicle and going out and doing it, it's just kind of a challenge to find weather that's interesting enough to chase. But I know some of you, I don't know how many of you guys have been on here earlier, but I was talking about different things I could do. And one of the things I talked about was maybe going through different towns and kind of talking about the towns. Maybe live streaming it, just kind of driving through some of these towns that most people don't ever get to drive through. So I thought about doing that. Maybe take a trip up to Kansas and go to Greensburg. Show some of the interesting things that are in Greensburg because it got hit with that EF5 all those years ago, 2007, I think. Let me see if y'all are. I thought I saw a comment pop up. No, okay, I guess I didn't. But so I'm just kind of throwing some ideas around. We do have the podcast I'm trying to get going. Me and my friend are going to host that. We just gotta get it. I want to get it going before August. So hopefully we're able to get that done for y'all, and we can just sit and jabber back and forth about weather and storm chasing. But yeah, anyway, I know like 30 minutes ago or whatever I said I was gonna hop off of here, but then people started coming on and the weather started getting more interesting, and then I started rambling. So here we are. Appreciate you guys hopping on here with me. Of course, a post-tornado review. Yeah, I mean, that's something that could be done. It just depends, because do I go to the town, and live stream something, or do I go there and record it and post it later, or do I just stay home and then just talk about it? I don't know. Maybe going over the EF scale or the EF ratings that they give the tornadoes and actually going in and looking at the reports. Because I don't know how many of you guys go in and look at those reports issued by the individual Weather Service offices, but sometimes it can be pretty interesting. They talk about the different damage indicators, the different things, the different caveats to the ratings. Like Matador got EF3, I think, even though some people were saying it should have been higher. But if a building is poorly constructed, or if it has a different kind of a foundation, or whatever, then it's not going to get the same kind of rating as if it's a brand new house that's built up to the latest specifications and building codes. So there's different things that they take into consideration when they go out and do these surveys, and they usually take days to do the surveys because they have to look at every piece of damage. I could potentially do that. That's kind of... I mean, I could go to Matador and maybe try it. I don't want to... One of the restrictions on YouTube for content is they don't want to glorify destruction. Not that I would be doing that, but I'm just saying that there's a fine line there between being somber about it and, whatnot. So could I go? I mean, Matador's not that far from here. It's maybe a couple of hours. I could go there and film it, but then, I gotta get permission from everybody, and I don't really want to invade their space. That's not my style. Maybe it's something I could do, but I'd have to plan it out. I'd have to call ahead of time to the city and make sure that I'm not going to be stepping on any toes, that kind of thing. Maybe contact the local police department there and let them know I'm going to be coming or whatever. So those are all things that have to be planned out in order to do them correctly and not get in any trouble or make anybody feel uncomfortable. Um, so that's kind of it's a good idea. I mean, I could probably look into doing it. I just want to make sure I do it with. Yeah, it would definitely be involved, for sure. I don't want to be disrespectful to the people who live there. I mean, their lives have been destroyed essentially. Um, and they might not want somebody coming there and filming, or maybe they do. I mean, who knows? Uh, and that's the other thing. The storm chasing community is extremely particular about things like that. Um, they're it. Somebody sees it in the storm chasing community, and that rubs them the wrong way, and all of a sudden, everybody's commenting about it, and now now I'm in the doghouse essentially. Um, so that's something else I'm trying to be wary of. Um, you know how people are. But those are different things that I could potentially do. Those are good ideas. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what I'm able to accomplish. I probably won't do anything at all. I've got to go down to South Texas in July. I got to make a trip down there. So, that's going to be family, private kind of thing. I'm not going to be doing any filming unless there's storms, of course. But let's see, what's your comment? I saw somebody make a comment. Full-size trucks were rolled up like a ball in Matador and thrown the long ways, but I see way worse damage from there than rolling forward. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Booze Traveler. I'll try to view these chat messages. Okay, yeah. The chat messages disappear after a certain amount of time, and then I have to go back and try to get them to pop back up. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Some of those were done like that, but I don't know. It's easy to be critical of the people who go out and do these surveys. They're human. They're not going to get it right every time. I try not to be too terribly critical of them, just because they have a hard job, and they're trying to do the best that they can with what they've got. And a lot of these NWS offices don't necessarily have the staff to go out and do this and continue to do the weather forecasts that they have to do. So it's one of those things. It's just, you kind of have to see how it goes, and that's pretty much all you can do. Let me go back and try to see your message. I thought I saw something about storm politics. I mean, that could be the case. I'm not going to argue for or against it. It's a good point to bring up. There's always politics involved when you're dealing with the government. Always. It's just how it is. Government, insurance, big business, that kind of thing. So there's always going to be something like that involved when it comes to these damage ratings. But I don't think the individual people on the ground are thinking about that kind of stuff. Maybe, 2, 3, 4 levels above their head. Yeah, thanks, Commander. Have a good night. But down at the very local level, when you've got individual people going out there, these are good people that go out there. They don't have an agenda. They just go out there and try to do the best they can in terms of rating the storm. Maybe the system's broken. I don't know, but I'm not here to provide opinions about that. I'm really only here to chase and provide weather content. I try to avoid controversial stuff as much as I can on this channel. I mean, I don't mind if you guys talk about it. That's fine in the comments, as long as everybody's nice to each other. But me personally, I try to be neutral. So that's just how it is. Do I have opinions? Yeah, I do, but I don't necessarily want to share them with the whole world. Besides, I have friends and stuff that work in these different places. So I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy. But I appreciate you guys. It's been almost an hour. I'm probably gonna head back inside, so I'm kind of getting tired of holding the phone. You guys are great. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully, I can do another stream sooner than later. Hopefully, the podcast can get going. Find some things to talk about. So I got to see if I can get some graphics made for the podcast. Um, see what we're gonna call the podcast. That's another thing. I don't know what to call it. Um, and so I'm just trying to figure that stuff out before I actually go and start streaming a live podcast. Once I get the name, then I can do the graphics or have the graphics made for the thumbnail. Um, Probably going to be on this channel and maybe simulcast to my friend's channel. Um, we considered maybe creating a new channel for it, but that doesn't really help this channel at all. So one of the reasons of doing the podcast is one, for you guys to have something to watch, and I don't want you to have to go subscribe to another channel to do that. Besides, I'd have to work back towards getting monetization on it, so I'd rather just do it on this channel. But besides, I don't want this channel to be without content for 3 or 4 months while the storms are not going on. Anyways, that's me rambling. Just sitting on my front porch here. Appreciate you guys. After I get my vehicles cleaned up for the summer, then maybe I'll do like a live walkthrough of the vehicles. There's not really a whole lot to my truck. Probably just do the truck, honestly. Do it in the daylight. There's not a whole lot to it, but if you guys are curious about it, I'll make a video about it or do a live stream about it. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off of here. It's been I mean, the storms might be moving further east. I mean, the southeast definitely gets lots of tornadoes. I mean, I think that's been the case for a long time. Weather is cyclical. It goes in cycles. So, like you said, it may come back this direction now that El Nino's back, because there's going to be more moisture up here. I mean, rain at the end of June is a good example. Typically, we're not seeing this kind of weather in June up here in this part of Texas. So it's good to see the rain. It's good, to not have brown grass. It's good to have to cut my grass all the time. But of course, I also haven't lived up here that long, so I'm not used to what the weather patterns are like. But down in South Texas, we hardly ever got any rain, and I imagine it's pretty similar up here. But I appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna go finish playing Farming Simulator. I do have another channel, just FYI. If you guys like to watch gaming content, I might stream some me playing some games, but it's kind of boring because I'm just kind of messing around in the games. But if you're curious, the channel, I think it's called Jason Plays Games or something like that. I think that's what I called it. So that's, I'd post the link to it. Maybe I'll post the link in here after I end the live stream if y'all are curious about it. If not, I'm probably not even going to stream it because I'm just kind of messing around in Farming Simulator. But anyways, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for smashing the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I'm going to go back inside and probably eat some more junk food and go back to playing my game. So thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a good night.